all messages so that you actually get all messages. I don't know what just happened, so I don't know if we're going to get the people back on now. No intro or nothing, so I'm just going to give it a couple of seconds. Let's see if I can find what I was trying to find on here to show you. 1 second. That just broke me right in the middle of. I didn't. It just signal loss. Funny, since I stopped paying for Prism, suddenly it keeps losing signals. Isn't that strange? I don't know if we're going to get people back on now. Probably not. They'll probably just blow my notifications. And give it a minute and see. And give it a minute and see. Give it a minute and see. You coming back on? Yeah? I don't know if we're getting out or not. I'm sorry about that. Hey, Spawn. Good to see you. Thank you, mate. Yeah. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. Well, I do know what happened there. Since I've stopped paying for Prism, it suddenly can't hold a signal. Oh, the signal's really bad. Oh, the signal's really bad. No, you mean I'm not paying for Prism anymore, so you're cutting me off, you fucking cunts. Not you. Prism, I mean, the people who run the studio. So I've just gone straight onto YouTube this time. So I do apologise for that. It wasn't what was going on out there. Prism just keeps cutting me off just because I stopped paying for it. So yeah, so I apologise for that. So let's try and pick up where we were. I hate that because now it's split into two parts, you know. Let me try and can I change the orientation now I've started this? I believe I can. 1 second, guys. I hate doing it in this orientation. No, actually you can't once you've started shit. Okay, we'll have to stay in this orientation, which I hate. Try and keep it steady. Yeah, so all I was trying to say was try and make. Hi Capcom, welcome back. Hi, sorry, I haven't got my glasses. Hi Tina, welcome back, guys. Sorry about that. I am sorry about that. I see you, Capricorn. I see you. Yeah. So sorry about that. So yeah, it's very frustrating when things cut you off like that. So I've just dumped Prism to one side. Yeah. So I didn't mean to get heated with you earlier on by the way, Capricorn. I just felt like you were taking me the wrong way. So no, not you. Let me be more clear. Like I tried to criticize Restore Britain, and this is probably the crux of where I'm trying to really go with this. And the criticism was so mild. I mean, really mild. And yet, fuck me, the tribalism, right? And bear in mind, I'm a Restore supporter. I'm a Rupert Lowe supporter. So you can imagine how mild the criticism was, yeah? Fucking hell. The lashback, unreal. Lashback for, say, Dino Ben. I've still not spoken to him. I hope we do get to speak one day because he's getting old now. I'm not blaming him, but I'm just saying. But he just spoke his mind. Now, whether he's right or wrong is for every person to decide, but you either believe in free speech or you don't. Like I say, slander, libel, that's something different. But you either believe in free speech or you don't. And people are allowed to put their opinions out. The same as UGK are allowed to do their march. They're allowed to do everything they're doing. And if people want to give money for it, that's up to them. And as I said, I'm not going to repeat everything from the last video. If people want to support or if they want to pout, that's on them. But what I would say is, whether you agree with the march or don't, there's going to be a period after it where a vacuum is. The left will be rattled and they will want to reclaim that ground like they did last time. That's what, if you remember the last UTK march, it happened and then they all tried to fill the streets of London to try and slag everybody off. Yeah, it's like trying to slag the British people off. Be good to have people ready to stop that shit this year. Now we know what's happened before. Yeah? But I also think, like I said, county to county, just to refresh what I said earlier on, county to county protests, if people think they can do it better, is my point, then do it better. You may not have the numbers, but you've got the ammunition, you've got the belief, you know what you want for the country. Create demos, create whatever from county to county to county. They won't be as big, but if they could be seen from the air, like I say, imagine if the whole fucking country could be seen from the air to be resisting and saying to the world, we need fucking help here. We're in trouble and we reject everything about what's going on in our country. I think that'd be a powerful visual message from the air. So as well as just having people around London, I think that would be great. So I think people need to fill that void that comes after these marches. Whether you agree with them, disagree with them, irrelevant. There's going to be normal British people who will get involved in these marches. Those normal British people are the ones you're going to want voting. They're the ones you're going to want on Restore's side when the time comes. So, what if 3 million people turn up? You're going to alienate them all? Good job. You just alienated potentially 3 million Restore voters. Is that really what we want? Hearts and minds, guys. Hearts and minds. As I said, I made the mildest criticism over, not even Rupert Lowe, over some of the supporters being cult-like in their approach on X. This is on X. And fuck me, the pushback I got from it. Oh yeah, it's you because you spoke to Paul Thorpe. What the fuck? I'm not, and that's what I said. That's what made me tread on eggshells. I'm thinking, oh shit, can I say anything negative about certain things? Or like today, I'm deliberately testing today. I'll say something positive about the UTK march to see what lashback I get about that. I'll say something negative about Restore to see what lashback I get about that. And either response proves something to me. Tribalisation. That's not going to win an election. It's just fucking not. Tribalisation. What we need to do is, whether you like the people running the UTK or not, is fucking irrelevant. What we need to do is realise that there's a lot of people in that may be potential voters for the future. Thinking long game, don't cut nose to spite your face. It's obvious, isn't it? But also, if I make a criticism, like, okay, a lot of the people that might want to hate on what's happening now, I've got to realise that that's partly their fault. Because you put people on a pedestal. And when you put people on a pedestal and tell them they're wonderful and they can do no wrong, guess what? They start to believe you. That's on people. Now, with some people, with YouTubers, it happens to us, happens to any human being. So we have a chance to learn from the mistakes of the past with Rupert Lowe. And that is to hold him to account. That is to criticise if he does wrong. Not he's done anything wrong. I'm not saying he has, but when or if he does, he's a man. He's going to do wrong sooner or later. Criticise. That's fine. What I said 8 years ago. Keep your leaders honest. Keep them real. Keep them humble. Because if we don't do that, you tell them nothing they do is wrong ever, Rupert Lowe will go the same way. He'll be the hero 1 minute and the fucking tyrant the next, because everybody said everything he does is absolutely perfect, no need for revision. If you do that, you're setting yourself up for the fall. What worries me as well is, hey mate, all right. What worries me as well is that people are putting so much into Rupert, and I'm paranoid. I'll be honest, I'm paranoid. There's a couple of things that are worrying me. Like when people are comparing him to Winston Churchill and he's not actually won an election or done anything yet. That's worrying to me. And that's what's going on next. Just people call him Superman, it's just silly things that aren't winning hearts and minds. They're making it look like a cult. I don't want us to look like a cult. I want us to look like a positive political solution to a very, very bad problem. Yeah? So I don't want us to have a cult-like mentality. And I don't want to see people, promoting Restore with the idea that Rupert Lowe's a god. That's not how to do this. It needs to be Rupert Lowe's the best guy for the job. That's the message that we should be sending. He's the best guy for the job. Because I think he is, personally. I really do believe that he is. And just saying that he's Superman, no other questioning required, is just, what's the word? It's just delusional. And it's not helping. It's cult-like. Whereas how many people are talking about his policies, which are super important? Hardly anybody. They're too busy glazing him. like policies, the reality of what he's up against, because we need, like I said to you, if he gets there, we will need to help him. We will need to help him. There's going to be some mutual suffering we're all going to have to go through to see this through. So we will need to help Rupert Lowe. And one of the ways you can help anybody is by holding them to account. I would expect no less of you guys with me. But do any of you ever worry, even from a moment, like I did last night, that what if Rupert Lowe's a plant? What if he's another Brexit? The perfect guy comes along at the perfect time with the perfect fucking policies. I don't know about you, but as I said, I'm turning 50 next month. I've been around a long time. I've seen this shit done to us time and time again. Boris Johnson, false hope. Brexit itself, false hope. Nigel Farage, false hope. Time and time and time and time again, we've been let down and duped. The difference now is that we're right on the cusp of civil war. How do you think people are going to react if Rupert Lowe did let them down? They're going to end up swinging on a rope the way they're carrying on at the moment, or it's going to kick off. It's going to kick off like it's never kicked off before. Which is why he needs to be held, to the highest standard, and why we should be holding him to the highest standard. Because I see people putting all of the hope into this, which is good. And we do need to advertise it, by the way. We do need to get the word out there. I'm not saying don't talk about Rupert Lowe. Quite the opposite. Talk about him. Talk about the policies. Talk about everything. It's super, super maximum important. It's super important. But yeah, the way some people are going about, like I say, X isn't a great way of getting a populist kind of a census, because the loudest voices make some of the stupidest noises, right? So it's not necessarily the best way of me of judging, but I do get paranoid because he's a perfect guy come along at the perfect time with the perfect messages and the perfect policies. And maybe I'm just a cynic, but there's a small part of me, only a small part, but a small part of me is going, please don't let this be please don't let us be duped again. It's happened so many times in my lifetime. Tony Blair. Everybody was fucking happy when Tony Blair got in. How long did that last for people? Before they hated his guts, rightfully, by the way. Who was it? Was it Boris Johnson? Or one of them said, "Oh, we know that we're borrowing your votes," and they still betrayed you. They've looked in your face and told you all these really honest things and still betrayed you and me. That's what scares me, guys. And I really I'm losing viewers today because I'm not tribalizing. Sorry, I'm not doing it today. See, you see though, you see how I'm losing viewers, and they go, "Oh no, it's because you're being boring." No, it's because I'm saying some good things about UTK, and I'm saying some good things about Restore, and some bad things about Restore, and bad things about UTK. This is what I'm trying to say. Where's the critical thinking? We need to be critical thinkers all the way through this. And also, with Restore, we need to set a momentum that we can continue. This is for 3 years. And we need to be sending a message that will last for 3 years. It's a long time. Remember how Brexit just wore everybody out? Do you remember how it just destroyed everybody's interest in it? We don't want to do that. I'm scared of that as well, that we do need to push the message far and wide because we haven't got time. But at the same time, I'm worried that if we go too hard into it, we might alienate people. If we go too hard into it, we're gonna literally blow our what's the word? We're gonna burn out. We're gonna burn out trying to get the message out. So I do believe there's a middle ground in terms of getting the message out, especially calling people traitors for not wanting to vote Restore or not wanting to vote. I don't think that's the way you win hearts and minds, guys. You don't win hearts and minds by calling people traitors. You certainly don't win the hearts and minds by calling the British public traitors. By calling your own people traitors, by calling the British public, that's not going to work. Those are the people, like the people turn up at UTK March, even if you personally hate it, a good percentage of those people turning up for that march are going to be the exact people you need to be voting with you. They're not Green Party voters, are they? Turning up for the UTK March. Not Green Party voters. So what are they? I'll tell you what they are. They're potential voters for you, for Restore. That's important to recognise. Regardless of what you think about everything else, they are potential voters. They're the people of the country that may be able to get the country out of the shit. All the people that turn up, I'm talking about. So yeah, in my experience, after every single protest, there's a massive drop in attention and everything, and we lose all the momentum. Then it's up to us to fill that void, isn't it? Rather than fucking complain about it. I'm not defending things you might think I am. I'm just deliberately not attacking them to see what the response will be if I don't. And I'm seeing it right now. Fuck that. I'm not here to give mouth candy to people. I'm not here to say what they want me to say. I'm here to say what I think. And I was getting a lot of respect for that. And if people can't respect it if I knock Restore, or if people can't respect it if I can find a good in the UTK march, then you're not on my wavelength. I will criticize anything and anybody that I fucking choose. I'll criticize Tommy. I'll criticize Danny Tomo. I'll criticize Rupert Lowe. I'll criticize any cunt that does something I don't agree with. See, there they go again. Look, see the people dropping? You see my point? Like every day the people have been coming on because I'm talking about something they agree with. Because I won't take a side. This is my point, and this is all I wanted to come and point out today. Is if you're not taking a side, you are even more hated than if you do. It's fucking tribalism. And I don't want to be part of that. I want to be part of Restore. Definitely. I want them to win. I really want them to win. And I hope they do. But we've got a massive uphill struggle even if they do. Like, people can try and drag them through the courts and everything. It's not going to be fucking easy. But I want Restore to do well. I really do. And I'm right behind them. But to think that we can't be critical of them is so insane. It's free speech, guys. Like I said with Dino, he's making his video and he's stating his opinions. Now, whether they're right or wrong, that's his free speech. And people want to shut him down for that. Again, he's not doing slander. He's not doing libel. It's free speech. You don't have to agree with it. You don't have to watch. Yeah? Same with me right now. People choosing to leave, that's up to them. Choosing to leave, that's up to them. I couldn't give a fuck. I told you I have a target audience. That target audience is those who are prepared to think for themselves. That's it. It's pretty simple. Those who are prepared to think for themselves and think, what happens if? What happens if this doesn't go our way? What happens if Starmer, for fuck's sake, what happens if Starmer is actually smart enough to sabotage us totally and cause a snap election? Which I think he will. I think he is on his way out. I think that he will try and cause a snap election. And what are we going to do then? I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to lose to the Green Party. And then we've got 5 years to try and survive instead of 3. That's an awful thought to think about, isn't it? But I can see that being one of the more likely scenarios happening here. Starmer goes scorched earth. He's not going to care if the Green Party win, is he? It's just further left than he is. Perfect. Perfect for him. Starmer wins. Starmer wins if the Green Party wins. Starmer wins in a lot of cases here. He's changed the country. Some would say irreparably. And some of those things are irreparable now, what he's done to us. So he causes irreparable damage to our country. And at the moment, his own party is I've almost certain they're getting ready to get rid of him. And you think he won't go scorched earth? If he can get a general election to happen, he'll make it happen. If he does, it's Green Party all the way. And I'll tell you why. Because there's too many people supporting them. There's too many people talking about them. And that scares the shit out of me. It scares the absolute shit out of me. And people are already saying, we've got this next election in the bag. I'll tell you what, no, we haven't. That's all the work we've got to do. But even more so, if the election comes early, we're fucked. We are absolutely fucked. And I don't know what to do. Like, we need contingency plans. We need to be thinking about these possibilities. And I don't just mean think like in brief conversation. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? This is my point. It's not to slag off Restore. It's not to promote or deny UTK. I don't really give a shit. It's about the fact that people are not critically thinking. What happens if something happens to Rupert Lowe? What happens if the MSM try and take him out and they succeed? What happens? There's so many what ifs here, and nobody's saying what if. That scares me because it means that everybody's got. And again, I can't help it. I'm worried about other people, and that's what actually is a bit disrespectful when people don't like me being honest. Because actually, this is born from concern for other people. I'm really worried about what happens to people if they believe with 100%. I won't call it delusion that we're going to win the election in 3 years' time. No problem. We've got this in the bank. Do you know what I believe? I believe a lot of those people are going to end up hanging from a fucking rope because they've put all of the hope into this. Understandably, by the way, understandably, I get it. I'm even with them. I understand it. But because we're all desperate for this madness to end. But the more desperate we get, the more polarized we get, the more divided we get, the more emotional we get. Even me, look at me. Like, it's not good. It's not cool. And we need to be thinking a bit more laterally. We need to be thinking a little bit more slowly about things. We need to be taking our time about things. We need to be pushing Rupert in the correct ways. And we need to be looking at certain other events going on as opportunities to get Restore voters, not opportunities just to slag, because that does nothing for nobody. So you could say, well, what good does the UTK march do? Okay, you might have a point. But here's the other answer. What good does just slagging it off and not doing anything yourself do? How's that any better? At least they're bringing people together, aren't they? So they're doing that. So they've got those people together. So what are you going to do with those people that they've got together? Ignore them? Ostracize them? Especially if there's 3 million people or something turn up. You can ostracize 3 million people? Or are we going to say those are potential voters? I think we need to say those are potential voters, don't you? I think that we need to stop and look at the way that some people, only a few, are talking about Restore as though it's a done deal, when actually Restore need to pull off multiple miracles in order to win that election in 3 years' time, if it is in 3 years' time. Now, don't get me wrong, I believe they may be able to do it for the simple reason that we've never been quite this desperate, in this much trouble before, and we've never had anybody come out with the policies that he's got before, not quite so openly. And so these are all great things, and I'm fully in support of them. It's why I'm supporting him, and because he seems like a good man. As far as I can say that about any politician, but he does seem that. Right, and that's my real beliefs coming out now. But I just wanted to just come on today and just see if I give a bit of pushback to Restore, if I give it just a teeny bit of love to UTK, what will people do? You saw what they did. They were left. You've got to pick a side, and why? Why do I have to pick a side? Why do I pick my own side? I'm on the side of the people. Right, and that may sound cliche to you, and I get it if it does. I totally understand. I'm on the side of you and me. I'm not on the side of Tommy. No disrespect to Tommy. I like Tommy, right? But no disrespect to Tommy. I'm not on the side of anti-Tommy people. I'm on the side of the British people, and I just want the best for us. That's the honest truth. And if this UTK can help bring people together, fine. If the aftermath of it is that we've got people there that are interested in changing the country, fine. Great way of introducing them to Restore. What's wrong with that? We've got like I said, UTK march is happening whether you like it or not. So why not make it something positive for you? If you don't like the people running it, fine, you don't have to. But there's a lot of good British people that will turn up. Good British people that will turn up. Let's just reiterate, good British people that will turn up to that march. Because their beliefs are, many of those people will turn up with exactly the same beliefs as you and I. Even if you're a UTK hater, many of those people in that crowd will have exactly the same beliefs as you. You just don't realize it because you're listening to too much shit. It attracts people who you wouldn't get on with, and it attracts people who you would. And I've been to these things and I've talked to the people, and many of them are not what you. They're just normal British people. They're normal British people, and they're voters, guys. They're voters. So I refuse. I refuse to be cornered by my own audience or anybody else. I'm not accusing anybody of doing this, by the way. I'm just looking at what I saw on X. Yeah, I'm referring to X. But what they did on X, not just to me, but other people, they're cornering people. Pick a side, traitor. Oh, if you say something good about anything good about UTK, give it one little bit of credit. You're a traitor to something. If you give Rupert Lowe any criticism about anything, you're a traitor. Or the other way round. Or the other way round. And it's fucking insane. It's insane. It's a cult. It becomes a cult when you do that. Whether it's Restore, whether it's UTK, the moment you start saying, like Danny Tomo did, anybody should be shamed for not going. What, prick? Try sending me messages like you sent that guy. See what happens. No, that's no good. You can't alienate people like that. That's not winning hearts and minds. How many hearts and minds do you think Danny Tomo won with that video? And how many people do you think he put off? That's on him, by the way. That's on him. He's got to deal with the consequences of that. And this video is not about having a go at Danny Tomo. My point being is it creates a cult-like mentality. Now, does anybody not think that we're not polarized enough without having more polarization on top of the polarization we've got? Because you know what the polarization does, don't you? It continues to divide us and divide and divide and divide until we're just small pockets of tribal people that cannot mount an offense either politically or in a civil war like situation because you're all now hating on each other. And I don't want to be part of that cult mentality. Same as I won't, as I said, I've worked with Tommy, so it's hard for me to sit and say, oh, he's a bad guy because he treated me well. Yeah. What I can and I wasn't a big, I never was around long enough to be part of any UTK marches or anything like that. It was well after my time. I only did a small amount of stuff. But what I can tell you is, I think if I can give you an insight, because I can't really talk about things, but if I can give you an insight into what I did see, it's that I think one thing that people miss about the, say, Tommy and the people around him is they assume that everybody believes the same thing. And that's not true. That's absolutely not true. One thing I can tell you is that there's massive spectrums of politics that I've seen personally between people. Like, fuck me. I'll give you an example between Richard and Tommy. Fuck me, I disagree on so much. Just as one example from what I saw back in the day, I'm talking about. I don't know if that's still the case now, but I'm talking about years and years ago. So, and that's true of a lot of them. They're not all on the same page in terms of the politics because they're individuals. So there's a lot of individual thought there. To the point that do you honestly think that I need to be careful what I say. Do you honestly think that people would have sanctioned certain messages that have been sent out recently calling people traitors and that? That's not, so a lot of people are acting on their own back and doing things off their own back. And people assume it's all been sort of pre-approved. I bet it hasn't. I hazard a guess to say it hasn't. Because I know the way that certain people work, and some of the things that have been happening, I'm thinking, no, you've gone into business for yourself. Sorry, that's wrestling terminology for me, meaning you're not following the narrative you're going into your own. You're going into business for yourself, meaning you're supposed to work for these people, but actually you're going against their message. Yeah, that's what I mean. Going into business for yourself. So not sticking to the script. And I can definitely see that. I think that's what Danny Tomo did. I think he went into business for himself. And look at the result. So I just think it's important that we critically think. And it's easy to bash things. It's one of the easiest things in the world to do is bash. And I'm not saying things don't deserve to be bashed at times. Criticism's good. But if the only thing you've got is criticism, that's not so good. Criticism followed by solution, or criticism followed by something positive. And actually, I actually saw on was it Dino Bain's video? Yeah, the one that he got so hammered for. Like he was offering just a like I think he even said if you want to go meet people of like minds, everything else, great. And I thought that was a really good thing to say. Because I agree. If you want to go to UTK March and you want to meet like-minded people and you want to meet other Brits and come together and feel brilliant, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? I just think if you think it's going to change the world, that's where your expectations are too high. You've got to just keep your expectations in check. Otherwise, you're going to feel very. I've experienced it myself. There's a lull afterwards, and you can just drop through the floor. And I think that's true of any demo anyway, because you realise you've gone home and it feels like nothing's changed. Of course, it hasn't, because these marches, in my experience, a lot of demos and marches often aren't about making change. They're about almost like recruitment. Not so much now, but in the past, like recruitment of like bringing again, winning hearts and minds. So, arguably, the very thing that many people are bashing is going to get the very people there that we need to win over. So this is why I'm saying just bashing them all is maybe short-sighted. And putting people on pedestals that they haven't earned yet is also a great way of watching them fuck up what we need them not to fuck up, if that makes sense. So I just think people need to critically think more and hero worship less. I'm seeing people saying, Rupert Lowe is unstoppable. No, he's very stoppable. That's the concern. He's very stoppable because he's a man, and this whole country is geared. Every single person, whether they're right wing or whether they're on the far left, they're all got their guns out for him. Yeah, they've all got their guns out for him. The media machine, everything's going to be working against him. We've got a hell of an uphill battle. And if we're not realistic about that uphill battle, if we don't realize how hard that's going to be, then we've already lost. We've already lost. We need to start talking realistically. This is going to be fucking hard. Nigh on impossible, but not impossible. Just short of impossible. We need to make fucking amazing things happen. We're not going to do that by alienating our fellow countrymen. We're not going to do that by telling Rupert that he's perfect in everything that he does. And we're not going to be able to do it by slagging down everybody that believes something that we don't believe or says something that we don't like. You either do believe in free speech or you don't. That is the simple bottom line to all this. Again, slander, libel, different. But you either do or you don't. People like Dino coming out saying what he said. Do I agree with everything he said? No. Has he got the right to say it? Absolutely. Absolutely he has. And what I saw in that message, because I actually watched the whole video rather than just taking the bits out I want and switching it off, was him saying, if you want to go and have a good time, go and have a good time. But what a lot of people do is they get triggered so early, they just turn it off. I watched the whole video. And it was actually like quite cool, saying, if you go and have a good time. You know, he was just saying pretty much what I'm trying to say, actually. I didn't even realise that until just this moment. Don't expect the world to change the next day. That's all. Like, that's all. Like, just realise there's going to be this is now me, realise there's going to be a massive vacuum the moment it's all over, and we need to fill that fucking vacuum. Otherwise, it will be a waste of time. but only if we let it be. Like, think of it like this. Maybe like them or not, they are setting a stage. Now, it's whether we want to get on that stage afterwards. It's whether we want to do anything to capitalise on all of those people that have come out of their houses, that have come out of their houses to actually give a shit about their country. Yeah, big old knees up. Fair enough. But, as Capricorn quite rightly said earlier on, brings people together. That's winning hearts and minds. So, if you don't like the UTK march, or you don't like the people that are running it, at least appreciate this about them. At least they're trying to win hearts and minds. And they're succeeding. Which means there must be something about your strategy that's not working. So perhaps, maybe there's something to be learnt from what they're doing. Even if you don't agree with them, even if you personally don't like them, you still got to look at what they're doing and say, well, how could I achieve what they're achieving? You know? In terms of getting people to turn up in those kinds of numbers. And when somebody's got a better answer than the UTK people, bring it, show it, do it. It'll be there for it. But that's where the problems come, is that nobody else does have an answer. So this is the only way I know. And by the way, I won't be there. I won't be at the UTK march. I don't have the money to waste on it, because I have a particular job, I believe, and that is to show the truth. And there's going to be 100 streamers there probably. I won't be able to get a signal out. And I was at the last one, I couldn't get a signal out. My job is to do what I do on here. And so I can go to Southampton, or I can go to Portsmouth, or I can go to Bournemouth, I can get a signal and I can show people the shit that's going on there, the hotels or wherever. Or along the coast, I can show people real stuff. Or I can go to the UTK march and just make up another number with my signal I can't get out and get fucking nowhere. And then spend all that money on doing that, fail, and then come back and have no money for the rest of summer to do anything positive. So for me, it's not about not going because I'm boycotting it. It's about, I have got a seriously limited money pool at the moment and a seriously limited amount of equipment. So I have to think, how can I best serve my country? It's not by going and trying to get a signal out amongst all those other signals. I'm going to fail. I'm going to fail because I can't afford a cellular bonder and I can't afford Starlink. So it would be a fail for me. So I'm not going because I'm not going because of any other reason than I have got a very limited amount of money. I have to put that money where I believe I can be the most effective. Where do I see the least amount of cameras? Around my own areas, around all along the south. So that's where I'm trying to put my camera, in the areas that, what is my fucking tagline, guys? To shine a light in the places others don't want you to see. Shining that light means shining in the dark places, not the ones that are already lit up to fuck with 100 other streamers there. Then I'm just going to stand and watch the pre-provided entertainment. That's not what I'm about. I'm supposed to be an activist. So my job should be to look at what's not being covered and give that to you. My job should be to look at what isn't being shown and show it. My job should be to see how we're not bringing together and try and suggest that we do it. Like I said to you about having after the UTK march, having some kind of smaller demos in every single county in the country that you could see from the air. So people can see every county saying, no, we don't want what we've got in this country. And if that followed on from the UTK march, regardless of who did it, and it wouldn't be any one entity, because it would be the people of each county doing it. It'd be the people doing it. And the people could give an aerial photograph that would send a message to the world. Why aren't we doing that? I can't do it. I haven't got the money to set things up like that. I don't have the influence. Somebody needs to. Somebody needs to stop moaning about what won't happen and start looking at what could happen with all that traffic, all that opportunity. Are we going to waste it, or are we going to use it for something like I say, literally a nationwide demo in every single place that you can see from the fucking skies? you know, because we're on the road to civil war, right? We all know this, right? You do know how I feel, honestly, is that there's more chance of that civil war still happening than there is of any of these other solutions. That's how I truly feel. That's why all this is coming out of me, really. It's not about sticking up for anybody or hating on anybody. I can't be bothered with all that at the moment. I'm too worried about the country, and I honestly think that there's still, like, before Christmas, me and Vin were talking about civil war. Yeah, I know Vin's like very into Restore like me, but I think he's got like a hope for it. But I don't know if I've got the same hope that he has, in as much as I agree with him. But what I mean is, I'm paranoid. I'm paranoid that things ain't gonna go away. I'm paranoid it's gonna be a Green Party win. I'm paranoid about a lot of things. Maybe that's my fault. Maybe that's on me, and I do appreciate maybe I need to. Well, I know I was gonna say to you at the end of this, I need to take a break from YouTube for even if it's just for a few days because you get too involved, too emotional, and that's why I took that video down last night. It was just an angry video. How does that help anything? And today, I realise a lot of people have gone away. Perhaps they'll unsubscribe. I can deal with that. I just wanted to prove a point, and that is if I give just a little bit of respect to UTK, people leave. If I give just a little bit of criticism to Restore, people leave. Both of those should be okay. Both of those should be okay. And conversely, if someone wants to stick up for UTK and hate on Rupert Lowe, that's their free speech. I may not agree with them, but if you agree with free speech and you agree with Voltaire, let Dino have his say. He's not slandering anybody. Let me have my say. I'm certainly not slandering anybody. In fact, I'm trying to give a good message out, which is let's let's do some positive shit. Let's do some positive things. Let's do some good things. Let's make a difference. Not pout. Not pout and bitch. Let's make a fucking difference. We can. We can. But we've either got a long time to go, 3 years of being able to keep that up, or, like I say, Starmer's going to go scorched earth. He's going to get kicked out, go scorched earth. We get a general election now. Now, if you're not prepared for that to happen, or if you're not aware of how likely that is, and I would give it more than a 25% chance for happening, then you're going to find yourself very depressed very quickly. And I don't want to see that because I'm worried that I'm genuinely worried. There are people out there that have put so much hope into this that they'll end up hanging from a fucking rope if it doesn't go right. That worries me. And the amount of fanaticism I've seen, that's why I'm worried. That's why I'm bringing this up. It's not to shit on anybody. It's because I'm worried about people. People are putting so much into this, so much belief. I mean, like, and I say belief. What I really mean is delusion. They're so scared that they're like, this is definitely going to work. Rupert Lowe's definitely going to win. We've got this in the bag. No problem. Job done. What the fuck? What are you talking about? All he's done is set up a party. All the work's ahead. All the work's ahead. And it starts now. And how we start and how we move on is going to affect 3 years' time if we get 3 years' time. Yeah, if we're lucky enough to get an election in 3 years' time, how we start now is how it will affect it down then. So do we want to start off by alienating possibly up to 3 million people straight away? I think that would be a bad move. Winning hearts and minds. It's not alienating people, ostracizing people, or making them feel bad for not being on your side. It's trying to win their hearts and minds so they move to your side because they see the benefits in the arguments you're making. They see the benefits in the policies you're suggesting. They see the benefits to their country, to their kids, to their wife, to their husband, to their family. They see the positives for the future. They see how their NHS might get better. They see how their wages might get better. They see what job opportunities might come up for them. They start to see good things that might happen in this country that actually mean something tangible. That's the message we need to be getting out to people. And you can have a lot of people in one space for a short period of time to reach out to and get that message too. That's important. So we need to start as we mean to continue. We even need to go. We even need to be a cult who will lose, or we need to be a political force that has a chance of winning. And I believe the latter is super necessary, as George Masvidal would say. And and also to be prepared for all eventualities. I think me and Ben said this before, when this all first started up. Don't take anything for granted. Don't take Rupert Lowe's health for granted. Don't take him not being shot in the fucking head for granted. Don't take an election in 3 years for granted. Don't take victory for granted. Um, we've got a serious problem in this country at the moment of voting apathy. People have just given up voting. Not the left, but the right have just given up voting. That is something we need to change, because there's going to be a massive turnout from the left because they know what's going on over here. They're not stupid, and they know that if we do galvanize, they could be fucked. They really could be. So we need to consider all of these possibilities. And what are we going to do if Starmer goes scorched earth and triggers a general election in this summer? What are we going to do? I haven't got a fucking clue, if I'm honest with you. I'm not going to try and make out I've got the answers at this moment. I'm searching for them. That's why I'm coming on and talking to you about this. Because I've got a real feeling that's what's going to happen. I can't prove that. And certainly it might not. But what if it does? What are we going to do? We need to have some kind of idea, at least, of how we're going to push our way towards that. What we don't want is a massive Green Party victory. And it's stressing me out, admittedly. It's stressing me out. I'm worried. Let me catch up with your comments. I haven't got my glasses, so this is going to be harder than normal. I've lost them. Which is probably what didn't put me in a very good mood this morning. Actually, I'm not in a bad mood. I'm just worried, if I'm honest. Let me catch up with you guys. I've got it on all chat today. So, let me go from newest to oldest, actually. Start here. So, Mr. V, I'm up for it. Tough if it leads to good. Yeah, and that's that. I'm with you on that. So I believe that we are going to need to sacrifice something. I think that people that think they can just sit on YouTube, I'm talking about all of us, yeah? Sit on YouTube, just sit back, smoke a cigar, watch Rupert Lowe, just win this election without making any effort. It's like, what? We're all going to need to suffer at some point. And I think even more so, if he did manage to win, I think that if he did manage to win, I think that's going to be when the suffering may need to actually start. We're going to have to give like our forefathers did in order to gain down the road. It may not even be us that gains from it. It may be our kids that gain from it, hopefully. But it may not be us, not directly, because there's going to be years of work to do. But we need to be. That's what I mean. The realism of all this isn't being properly measured by some people. Again, more on X than anywhere else. That makes me wonder if all of them are real. Do you know what I mean? But that's another thing that you've got to take into account. Are they even in this country? The people saying some of the things they're saying. You never know on X. You never know. But I truly believe, and I'm sorry, I'm going to repeat myself in places, but it's because we've had people coming in and out. I truly believe it's good to criticize Rupert Lowe or Restore because you're keeping them honest. Not criticizing for the sake of criticizing, by the way. That's just dumb. I'm talking about if you see something you feel that needs to be changed or whatever else. And again, slagging off an event, fine if that's what you want to do, but don't slag off the people going to it. Like, that could be 1 million people. It could be more voters, people that are on your side, and you may not even realize it. So I'm trying to say, think tactically, think slowly, think for yourselves. Look at the people that rushed off of this channel earlier on because I said something good about UTK. Look at the people that rushed off of this channel earlier on because I said something small, slightly negative about Rupert Lowe. And I did it deliberately just to watch that reaction. It's tribalism, guys. We can not afford tribalism. It will split us all to pieces. I do understand the criticisms, by the way, that people are levying towards many things. I stand by all the criticisms I've made. But this is not the time. We need to win, people. Vin said this ages ago, hearts and minds, yeah? And I agree. Hearts and minds, hearts and minds. You don't win hearts and minds by ostracizing the British public. You just don't. So I think it's super important. Anyway, let me catch up with you. Like I said, I've lost my glasses, so you have to bear with me. Is that you, buddy? It's YouTube, buddy. I haven't seen any messages get blocked. There would be a timestamp of blocked messages. Oh, it's not for me. Hey, Vin, how you doing, bud? I hope you're okay, mate. No time for games and distractions. Right, right. Exactly. It's games. I love the fact that you use the word games there. And again, Capricorn, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be so. I came across a bit aggressive, didn't I? I didn't mean to be. Hey, Alfie Anglo Sax, go and give Alfie Anglo Sax a sub. He's previously Saxon 4 had his channel struck. Could do with the people back, yeah? People in Australia are talking about a famine. Well, the other thing is as well, you know, our country's completely and utterly fucking broke, right? You know, that's the other thing that's just looming over us every day. That any day we could just cease. That's the other thing. There's so much, and you've seen me looking into the Saudi thing and the Israel thing, and China, America. Our country's owned. We don't own our country, and that is now pretty much certain because everybody's got a stake in it except us. There's a lot to do. The way prices are going, I hope where possible people are beginning to stock up. Yeah, they need to. You're right. They need to stock up. I'm having to reword my comments. Why is it? Censoring them? We can vote our way out. We can't vote our way out of tyranny. That's what's worrying me, mate. If I'm honest, that's what's worrying me, mate. And nobody's right. So you've said that, but because you don't have a channel, nobody's going to hate on you for it. Me, I bring that point up, and everybody says, "Oh, so you don't believe in Rupert Lowe now?" That's not what I said, was it? Like people put words in your mouth. I'm worried about exactly the same thing you are. How do we vote our way out of tyranny? Can it be done? We're owned by Saudi, China, America, and Israel. How the and if we try and turn on them, they will all punish us and push us into the third world. Like we're in trouble whichever way we go. We're in deep trouble. Which is why I think this will end up in violence. I don't want violence, by the way, fucking YouTube Nazis. I'm saying that you know who I'm talking to. But I still see that as being the most likely outcome. I don't want it to be. I really don't want it to be. You don't know how much I don't want it to be because unlike other people, I don't think it'll be one side versus the other, good versus evil, all this bullshit. Life is shades of grey. It'll be neighbour turning on neighbour. It'll be tribalism. It'll be awful. It'll be fucking awful. But the truth is, yeah, we may have to fight our way out of this, which also means the possibility of losing. So I'm trying to catch up. Yeah, I can see you, Mike. You're okay. Many sacrificed everything during the mandates. Like a bit of graft, rough roads is all I know. Tom, I think most people are prepared already. Do you think so? Do you think so? You might be right. I think it's just on X. The way they're talking. Honestly, it's like it's already won Capricorn. You know? Do you know what I mean? It's like I don't know. It's scary. It's scary. Maybe you're right, Capricorn. Maybe I'm worrying about nothing. Maybe I am being oversensitive. Maybe I'm being oversensitive. I'm just worried. I'm just worried about people. Honestly, I know people think, yeah, of course you are. It's just the way I am, believe it or not. Give me a wrench, Tom. My messages are getting okay, mate. You did a good job for me before, and I actually didn't ever know that you lost that moderation. I never meant to take it off you. So, bang, it's done, mate. All right. I'm sorry that I ever got taken off you. It was never an intentional thing. Just catch up. Tommy is no mug. That's and in having spent some time with the man, I can tell you, He's not fucking stupid, whatever you want to think. Tom, do you know Linford? Only as someone who has been to all. I believe he's a Paul Thorpe supporter who has gone around threatening violence to people, including me. And then when I was having an interview before, Paul Thorpe wanted to be my best friend. Also goes under another alias of Is it Hartford, 1984 or something like that? Has two aliases. Why'd you ask? But yeah, he was threatening people the last time I knew, and then suddenly being really nice to me because I had Paul Thorpe on. Should have given Rishi a chance. Maybe you're right. Apologise to Irish people. To apologise to Irish people. Who's that to and for what? Please explain. We have hope for the best and prepare for the what? Yeah. Well, yeah, we do. We have to hope for the best and prepare for the worst. Absolutely. What movement? A party once a year. Don't make me laugh. Movement meaning all of us, the people of Britain, is what I mean. Ben Lush, smart ass. I'm talking about us. The movement being the people, all of us. Vindicator, me, you, all of us. You don't want to be part of the British people? That's fine. I call it a movement as a habit more than anything because we're very divided. It's just habit to say movement. Sorry if I used the wrong fucking words for you, mate. But as it's my free speech, I'll use what cunting words I like. Restore it as a political force. It's definitely not a cult. However, Rupert's going to get fangirls. Yeah, fangirls, but fangirls with penises. Yeah, that's the fangirls with penises is the problem. Oh dear. Rupert has said this. He measures. What's it? Sorry, it's hard to see. The measures he implements are going to hurt for a while. Yeah, and that's being realistic. And people need to talk about this more. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be a rough road. And yes, the work is yet to come. Right. See Vin's take on that. Sensible take. Sensible take. That's Rupert's take. Sensible take. Why aren't people reading? If you claim to support Rupert so much to those people out there, then why aren't you reading what Rupert himself is saying about all of this? If you claim to support him so much, then read what he's fucking telling you. This is not going to be easy. Right? He's got to inject confidence into this, otherwise he's going to lose. But this is not going to be easy. And he's telling you himself. Vindicator there, who is a staunch supporter, is telling you it's going to be hard. And that's all I've tried to do. God, look at the way people fucking reacted with me. Oh, fuck off then. All going off and leaving because I dared to say something negative. And yet, if I jumped on that slag Tommy off bandwagon, oh, that would have pleased some people, then others would have walked out. You can't win. Tribalism. And of course, we don't know who's state agents. We don't know nothing. Could be me. Could be Vin. Could be you. That's the other things. It's such a mess. It's not Vin, by the way, or me. You get my point. Hey, Spawn, let's just get to the local elections and see how that goes. Well, we know how that's going to go. Everyone's going to get wiped out and the Greens are going to do well. So we don't even need to worry about what's going to happen there. What we do need to worry about is what happens afterwards. Because I do believe, and I think, Vin, what do you still believe this or not? I do believe there's a massive chance Starmer goes. And the only question then is, how does he leave? Does he go scorched earth? If he does, we've got a problem. Because if I was Starmer, I would go general election and I'd let the Greens have it. If I was Starmer and I had that kind of politics, I'd let the Greens have it. Fuck, I'd even let Restore have it. Not Restore, Reform have it. Because they ain't going to stop anything that's happening to the country either. And they're not going to reverse policies. They'll use the ratchet effect. So, yeah, Starmer would let either of those parties take it on because he knows he's already done the damage. As long as he keeps Rupert Lowe out, he's kind of winning, right? That scares me. Sound like Dobby from Harry Potter, mate. I don't watch Harry Potter, so that doesn't mean much. If it was an insult, I'm sorry, it's lost on me. Please tell me about what's happening. I need to catch up. I'm just talking about, can someone, I'm sure, could someone just give like a summary? I'm sorry. Oh, no, actually, don't bother because people just say Tom's whinging, so don't bother. No, actually, maybe that's a fair thing to say. Maybe that's a fair thing to say. People are using discernment more in recent weeks. I hope you're right, because that's all I'm asking is for people to use discernment. I've been banging on this drum for weeks. I realise this, and if people are getting bored of me doing it, I'm sorry. But when I see people being tribal, when I see people being lunatics, and I don't mean what triggered me into making this is not because I've seen it once or twice, but because I've seen it a lot. And I've also spoken to multiple people, and I mean multiple people, Finn included, behind the scenes. And yeah, there's just a general, how do I put it? I think there's just a worry from some of us that people aren't using discernment, and that not because they're stupid, because they're scared. And because they need change to happen, and they're scared. They're scared for their kids. And I get it. So it's not even like I'm blaming people, because they're right to be scared. I get it. I truly do. But dumping all your hope into a barrel and then just not looking over the parapet again is not the way to do it. We've got to take our heads out the sand and face whatever horrid stuff is coming. It's the only way we're going to win. We have to be prepared for that. Why are you calling Mikey a wanker, Ben? Thank you, Mikey. Tom's always been nice. People just misrepresent him as a person. Oh, thank you, Vin. They've always misrepresented me as a person, but that's fine. I've been used to it. And you know what? To any of those people that want to believe that stuff, I have given you my heart and soul. Not only for fucking 7 or 8 years, but since I've been doing this. And I've given you every truth that I can give you, and I've been as honest with you as I possibly can. If at this point you're still watching me and you fail to see that I'm just speaking my mind and being honest, whether I get it right, whether my takes are right, or whether they're wrong, you can correct me on that, and I will happily take that criticism. But if you fail to see that I'm trying to give you my honest opinion after this time, then just give up on me. Because if you can't see that I'm trying to be honest, then you're completely fucking blind to what honesty actually is. Right? Because there is nobody I know that's more honest than me. I'm not saying there's anybody. I'm not saying I'm the most honest man in the world. What I'm saying is I don't know anybody that can be any more authentic than I've tried to be with you guys. To a fault sometimes, where it harms me sometimes, being too honest with my thoughts. So I'm just trying to be authentic. If sometimes that means I go against people's narrative, I'm sorry. But I don't do narratives. I do what I feel and what I think and what I've reasoned and what I've read and what I've found out and what I try and put together. And also the fucking experience I've got, which people like to shimmy away as being irrelevant. It's not irrelevant at all. And when you've been around all this for long enough, you've been disappointed enough times. Yeah, and you've seen the fucking merry-go-round go round and round and round, then you start to realise certain things. When you're new to it all, yeah, everything seems great. It's a big old party, and let's just all get along and not question anything. Questioning nothing is a great way to get yourself enslaved. And what people do is they wake up and then they go rushing straight into the next cult available, thinking they're still awake. And all they've done was rush from one bed to another, from one cult to another, if you like, from one sleep to another is a better way of putting it. Well, Ben, you're really offering some great stuff to the conversation here on Deering News. Thank you. I'm sure the whole chat really, really appreciates you. Have I not, Ben, been talking Rupert Lowe's praises because I dared to say one small, tiny fact about him that Rupert Lowe has said himself? You got to get a tampon in. Grow up, mate. Grow up. He's not God. He's a politician. He's a man. Legacy media are in financial trouble. Oh, Tom, the legacy media are in financial trouble, by the way, which works better for UTK. I agree with you, Capricorn. I agree with you. Please keep comments on topic. Yeah, I agree. Thanks, Spawn. Do you want to kick the Windrush generation out? No, I don't. Why would I? We've already won, Tom. You bastard. People need to wait there. Sorry, this is a worldwide plan. Yeah, this is a worldwide plan. I agree with you, Mikey. And fuck all can stop it now. That's what I'm terrified of. Look at what I found. Did any of you listen? I mean, I know we shouldn't trust AI, right? But did any of you listen to what I did yesterday morning? Did you hear about our defense network? And Stefan, by the way, when you see this, buddy, you know I love you and everything else, but sitting on a stream saying, oh, I know this already, well then fuck off and don't watch the stream then. But realize something. Some other people found that stream very, very informative and useful. Therefore, step out and stop saying I know this like you're the IQ of the century, because you're not. You're not the tough man of the century. You missed your window for being a tough guy. Yeah, so just let other people who were interested, and they were, oh, Tom, this is very informative, which is why I kept it going. Let them learn rather than just be, oh, I know all this. Well, fuck off then. Come back for the next video. Like, they were so into that. Why be like that? Oh, I already know this. Oh, I'm so clever. Well, what have you done about it? Who have you influenced? What have you done? Other than come on and say, I'm prepared to fight the world in your too late to fight body. Sorry, Stefan, if you see this, I'm not having a go at you as a person, mate. I like you. I like you a lot. I know that you get very angry about things the same way I do, but sometimes you disrespect the entire audience accidentally. You don't mean to, but you do. It is part of a bigger picture. I agree with you. I do. And that's what worries me. You know, Rupert Lowe is going to be up against globalism, basically. Fuck me. Think of it like that. Perhaps that's the thing I haven't said. Rupert Lowe versus globalism. Now do you think it's all in the bag? If I say it that way, Rupert Lowe versus globalism. Now do you think that it's a cinch? Easy, we got this. Sorry, I can't see. And by the way, so I'm not into Zionism. I'm not a Zionist. Not into none of that bullshit. The more I find out about Saudi Arabia, and not the Jews, don't keep conflating them, but the more I find out about Saudi Arabia, the more I'm convinced they should have nothing to do with our country. Same as all the others. Yeah, I agree with you on that, Duff. Right, I think if some of these seem out of, it's because I'm going backwards through the comments. So I'm going to come back forward again in a second. I just want to make sure I've seen everything. Okay, I'm going to go back. So is Ben Lush still in there, or is he gone? Because I just wanted to see what is. Is Ben still in? It's timed out. Okay. Look, Ben, that idiot you were talking about is called Mikey. Mikey is. I've known Mikey a long time. He's a good guy. If he supports Tommy, then that's okay. This is exactly what I mean. Right? And Ben, I've seen you before, and you've been actually quite a good guy. So I don't want to demonize you either, mate. I know you're timed out. You can't answer back, so I'm not going to slag you off or anything, mate. But if you're still watching, but I will say to you that this is what I'm talking about: free speech, free belief. If Mikey B believes in Tommy, then let him believe in Tommy. Again, the main thing we need, if we believe in Rupert Lowe, is to get votes for Rupert Lowe. That's the ultimate thing. But as somebody else on here brought up quite rightly, that the biggest worry we've got is civil war. Rupert Lowe stated, if you want an easy ride, don't vote or support restore. There you go. Oh, I didn't see that. Thanks, Finn, for that. That's great. Where was that again? Let me find that again. Right, Vindicator here. Right, so I know you don't want to listen to some. Sorry, I'm not. That sounds like I'm being passive aggressive. Let me start again. To the people that would shun me, I know you've got a lot more respect for Vin. So, Vin, Rupert Lowe stated, if you want an easy ride, don't vote or support Restore Britain. Okay? So it's not just my opinion. It's not just me trying to shit on something. I'm just trying to be realistic about the job that is ahead. That's all. People want to try and make me out to be like, oh, you don't like Rupert Lowe now. When did I say that? You're putting words in my mouth. Because I've dared to even suggest criticism. Or I'm now full in Zionist or something because I've dared to say that UTK March might have a benefit for us if, as I said, there's always a drop-off straight afterwards. The momentum gets lost. Well, what if we take that momentum and do something with it? Wouldn't that be a better way to introduce people to Restore Britain? Or just pout and go, oh, I hate that, 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 and then watch all those British people just cruise by and don't engage with any of them on YouTube or anything else. And a lot of the people that will turn up are just people like me and you. Just like me and you. Whether you know. So understand that and realise that they are voters. That you could be winning hearts and minds. You're not going to do that by calling them all cunts. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up with you guys. So scroll back. I've been through the chat, Ben, but how about this? How about I suggest something better for you? How about you just make peace, chill out, Ben? Like I said, I've got no problem with you actually, because I do actually remember you. You're all right, but Mikey's all right as well. We're all emotional at the moment. Look at me today. We're all emotional at the moment. So how about just call a truce, yeah? You guys just call a truce, because you're arguing essentially over fuck all. I'm just seeing it now. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth getting angry about. Right? The internet makes you angry anyway. The situation's making us angry. Don't get me wrong, I'm not doing all this kumbaya shit. Believe me, I can come out on my own fucking bombs. But I'm just saying, it's not worth getting wound up about. So I'm just trying to go back a little bit. See, Capricorn, I think you don't give yourself enough credit. And what I mean by this is, I think you're talking about wanting strong women in the movement. You are the strong woman of the movement. Probably one of the strongest. Stronger than the people that you would say are strong, which is ironic. And that may be your only weakness. And I think that you are discerning. I think that you are critically thinking. But I think that you give other people too much credit that they're doing the same thing as you. Honestly. Because I think that you're a bit different. I think that you are prepared to do those things. So, you know, credit to you. Well, let me put it this, Ben, how about this? Mikey's now a mod again. Mikey's now a mod again. So Mikey now cannot attack you because he's a mod. So whether he did or didn't attack you, he can't attack you now because he's a mod. So he now has to not do that. Even if he did. Even if he did. Okay, and I can't be fucked to scroll back to see if he said something bad to you. All I'm going to say to you is he's a mod now. He can't attack you. Okay, so can we call a truce? Because I don't want... Otherwise, someone's going to have to go, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that to you. Right? I don't want to do... Really, it's not my thing. I don't like it. I find it distasteful. So let's call it Tuesday. But, Ben, you could have rose above it as well. That's the other side of it. AI is bursting its bubble. Yes, the AI is crashing as we speak. If we talk tech, it would just go over my head. However, I'd like to train a hacker and help Ryan Montgomery out in the UK. Yeah, I mean the AI bubble is now massively losing air. We're not going to go into tech, don't worry, but it's losing air at speed now, real speed, and I'm seeing why. And I'm seeing where they've dumped their money, and now I know where they've dumped their money because they put the money on in February, and I've actually seen where it's gone, and I've actually seen the effects of it now, and they've basically just killed AI. And people were on here the other day going, "Oh yeah, but there's this thing called AGI and all these new terms for emergence, meaning an AI with feelings." It's all bullshit. If you look it up, and I put it in my community page, it doesn't exist yet. They, I know exactly why they're doing it, and I've got everybody involved in the industry to admit it. It's because of the fact that they know the AI bubble is bursting, and this is their last gasp attempt to make you believe that AI exists. Is by saying, yeah, but this AGI that's coming out is going to be amazing, and people think it's already out. True AGI doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. Absolute fact doesn't exist. They're trying to talk about emergence because they've been talking at it for ages to get investors on board. Investors aren't investing. They know it's smoke and mirrors now. They realize the project failed because it wasn't real AI. So the whole thing's going down the toilet, and there's no saving it. But people, hey Dave, good to see you, buddy. Sorry I didn't see you before. Right, let me catch up. Are we all cool? Are we all cool? Okay, I guess we're not. Okay, well, I did try help you, Ben. I did try help you. Oh, for fuck's sake, he can come and meet me if he thinks he's a tough guy. Oh, Jesus Christ. Do you realise how weak that is on the internet? Ben, you're a good guy. Don't get yourself wound up like this over something so silly. It's not worth it, mate. It's not worth it. And you're going to end up banned from here. And for what? For what? Mikey doesn't think he's a tough guy. He's never. Do you know what? Mikey's never come on here and said, "Oh, I could take on everybody." Mikey has been a little bit more. I've noticed it myself, blunt recently. But you know why? Because he's stressed like the rest of us. But it doesn't mean nobody no harm. It's just, come on. And Mikey, don't encourage that shit either, mate. You're a mod now, yeah? Please. If you're going to make that kind of thing to him, I should time you out as well for that shit. We could meet up, Ben. Really, Mikey? You're a mod now, mate. Remember? Come on. Play it fair. Because I'll time both you fuckers out. Yeah? That's not fair on Ben. What you've just done there, I didn't see that. What you've just done there, that's not fair on Ben. We could meet up, Ben, and then I'm fucking having a go at Ben for saying you could meet me if you want. That's not fair, Mikey. You've put me in a position now, straight after asking for the spanner. Come on, buddy. You never ever did this to me in the past. You were one of the best people I ever had. That's why I had no problem giving you the spanner back. Remember, it's I don't pay you, but it is a trust position. And I've just made Ben look a cunt and not seeing you say that. Right. Yeah. So can we just reinstate Ben for a second so I can speak to him, please? Because I want to put this to bed. Because it's. Do you see how this shit, when people don't listen, takes over the live stream? Yeah. Sorry, Claire. I'm just trying to just clear up a little bit of mess. Yeah, you're right, but get used to this, Capricorn. This is you're going to see a lot more of this as time comes on. There's a lot of state actors. There's a lot of things going on right now. You're going to see more of this, Capricorn. Keep your eyes out for it as well. I appreciate you pointing it out. All cool, yeah? All good? Subscriber mode, yeah. Yeah. Missy, hey, take it easy. Have a good weekend. I believe I like that. Was it? No chance. Sorry, I can't. I've lost my glasses. All that faff. I prefer listening than commenting. I believe you, Tom. We really have scared the wet wipes. Oh, bless you, Missy. Just remember when you're feeling down in butthole. If but what? That's a weird fucking thing to say, but okay, man. Blocking people since I've been here. Blocking who? I do block the odd person here and there, and they deserve it. I've got absolutely no, what's the word? No. Well, do you want me to have a conscience about that? They've got their own channels they can make. Fuck them. The difference is with Ben is I know he's a good guy, and I just think that the things have just gone a bit sour, and I don't want him to be um, demonized. That's all. That's all. Well, Ben, I'm trying to stick up for you, buddy. Ben, I'm trying to stick up for you. Right. I'm going to ask one more time. I'm going to ask one more time from everybody, and then I'm going to go scorched earth. And I'm not fucking joking. Mikey, cut the shit. Ben, sorry that I didn't see what. Yeah, I'm sorry. But as well, can we please now call truce? I'm asking because you both between you for not letting it go, now hijacked this live stream. You must see that side. Whether it's your fault or not, you've both chosen to continue it. So will you please give me the respect? If you can't give it to each other, that's fine. Give me the fucking respect. Yeah? And give everybody else in this chat who's bothering to be here to give me their time. To give me, especially on a day like today when it's a hard listen, some of the things that I've got to say, they're giving me their time and their comments. They're taking part in the chat. They're giving me their time. And you guys are fucking that up. How's that fair on them and their free speech? I'm talking to you guys instead of everybody else. So I'm just trying to catch up. Hey, sure. Hey, Super J, good to see you. 2 days in a row. I know. I need to take a break if I'm honest, because I will also take my own responsibility in all this as well. I'm a bit emotionally charged myself, which is why I said to you, I put up a video last night and took it down because I was angry, and I realised that anger wasn't the way. So I'm going to take a break myself. Maybe I'll still make a couple of videos for you, so there's some content there. But I'm going to take a couple of days away from YouTube. I may go camping again, and this time no phone, no fuck all, like I did last time. Just away from it all, because you can get too sucked into this and too emotional about it. And I'm trying to be as calm as I can. You know, nobody's calling you a bottle job. It's fine. Thank you both. You both apologize. That's cool. I'm not asking you to get on with each other, but thank you both. Yeah, thank you. And it's more really for the rest of the chat and everybody else. You know, I could, if it was just us three on here, it'd be different, wouldn't it? But it's for everybody else. So thank you both. Yeah, thank you both. That's all. You guys are gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you, guys. See, you guys are fucking awesome. What do I think of reform? Traitors, if I'm honest. I think they are the DEI party, if I'm honest. And that's just my, you asked, that's just my true opinion of reform. I think that they are just a DEI party, part of the establishment, no better than the rest. I think reform are actually worse than some of the rest because they're trying to pretend to be something they're not. They're trying to pretend to, like the name in itself, reform. What are they going to reform? Nothing. They've got no plans to reform anything at all. That the way they're going is they're planning to keep the status quo. So for me, reform put themselves out of the race by being traitors, and you can say that about a political party, traitors for sending one message but meaning another, just like the Conservatives did to us. That's my own opinion, though. I never trusted Farage's past behavior predicts future. But yeah, exactly. I never. So you say you never trusted Farage. Past behavior predicts future behavior. From I mean, sometimes there are exceptions to that, but I think you're very right. He's got form, hasn't he? He's got form of doing certain things and not doing certain things. He's got form now. So Farage isn't a new kid on the block where we're not sure. He's got form, and that form's only getting worse. So yeah, I agree with you. Oh shit. Sorry, I got. But everybody's free speech matters. You know that. Tea time. I understand that. And we've been an hour and a half. Vin, are you going live, mate? Oh shit! It's Vin. Wait, Vin, are you waiting to go live, buddy? Let me know, mate. Let me know, buddy, because I just realised. Can anybody tell me if Vin's got a live planned? If he's not on anymore? 'Cause I don't know if he is or not. Before I go any further, I really need to think about that. Shit. He goes live at 12 sometimes. No, mate. Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought I was just walking straight on your time then, Vin. I'm sorry, mate. Yeah, I didn't think I should have asked you the moment I saw you. Hi there, darlings. Just watched Dino Bain as mad as hell. Someone called, I can't read that. I can't read that. Has announced that anyone from those beautiful islands is racist if they go to UTK. What? What? Anybody is racist if they go to UTK? You're going camping as well, Vin, yeah? Do you know what? So am I. I need some time away from this. So, guys, please forgive me. Like, I think my personal belief is what you see in us is relatability. Sitting here in front of this fucking thing every day is not what normal people do. Putting yourself out to the world, yeah? It's not a normal action, and I think that we need to go and be our normal selves in order to stay relatable. Otherwise, become like I say, we end up in an echo chamber, or we become like those people that we're moaning about. We become exactly like the people we're moaning about. So, like I said, I may stack up a few videos. So if you see me bring out a video tomorrow and the next day, they may be pre-recorded today. Yeah. So I just have a couple of days where I just completely unplug from all this. It's the only way you can come back with a rational uh, sense of mind. I also need to, like Jordan Peterson said, tidy your room. Literally need to tidy some things and do some work and do some real life shit that in my own life. And that, believe it or not, I don't know if you're the same, makes me feel 100% better in myself when I've got other things sorted, because it means I can come on things like this and not consider any of that. It's all done. Yeah, all paperwork's done, jobs are done, everything else is done. So that's important to me. But to just leading a real life, being around family members, being around my animals, and look at bored as shit, sat there waiting for me to get off this fucking thing again. So, and just getting out there and being outside. I love being outside this time of year. So reset, recharge, so that we come back and give you the best. If I'm not giving you the best, then I'm doing you a disservice because you're giving me your time whilst so I want to give you my best. Someone did say we'd be shamed for not going. Well, I have addressed that earlier on. Danny Tomo, you're talking about, yeah, and he turned people off with that. And but this is what I was trying to say earlier on. So the idea, though, that people have that everybody involved with UTK is all on the same page, that's just fantasist. Because the fact of it is no, of course they're not. Everybody's an individual with opinions. And I could just bet you that Danny Tomo's words would not have pleased a lot of people inside of that I'm talking about. Right. So I'm sorry we went on the side quest there, but it was important to me to get that sorted today because I like both guys and Mikey's been with me a long time. Sorry, don't go to UTK. Well, I'm not going to UTK because I've already explained my reasons in this podcast earlier on today. And it's not even about hating on it, not hating on it. It's about the fact that I'm a streamer. I'm here to uncover the things that people don't want you to see. There's going to be lights, stage, and streamers, and I'm not going to be able to get out. What would be the point of me being there? And so I spend a load of money just to make up the numbers. I'm not a guy that is here to make up the fucking numbers. I'm a guy that's here to make things happen or to show you things that you wouldn't otherwise see or hear. So that same amount of money I'd be using to go there, where there's 100 other streamers, would be that money would be the equivalent of me going to Southampton about 20 times, Bournemouth about 10, and Portsmouth, or up the country a couple of times in places that people don't go to so often. That's where and the communities, that's where my focus is on communities and showing you the things that you wouldn't normally see, showing you the hotels you might not be aware of, showing you the things down south we don't have enough cameras to see. I'm not there to go. I don't think any live streamer is particularly special for going where there's 100 other live streamers when there's already a streamer of the event anyway, all standing there watching the pre-provided entertainment and then getting called great streamers for doing it. What are they actually doing other than literally the one time you only have to stand there and hold a camera, and they're called heroes for it? No, look at the active patriots where they go and get themselves down in the dirt. You know, that's the kind of streamer I want to be. By the way, there's nothing wrong with streamers going to these things. They need to be streamed. My point being is too many means they're all going for the bunts. Yeah, the streamers I'm talking about, the YouTubers, they're going for the bunts. Yeah, and because it's easy. Well, they've got music on, they've got this, they've got that, they've got this, they've got all I need is a long battery. So, so what if I went there, I'd be part of the YouTube hypocrisy. I'm not someone who likes to go and stand. I'm not very good around people anyway. I don't like crowds of people. And I'm not going to go and stand in a crowd of people to make up the numbers. I would be there with a camera normally to film. I would be ineffective and redundant. So my reasons for going are not boycotting. It's just practical. So I'm trying to. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. You're allowed to be angry. You're allowed to be angry. What she said? What, Ben? She said anybody that has issues with UTK is a racist. Oh, that's silly. That's silly. Why do people see more tribalism? That's just silly. That's just so silly. See, and that's what I mean. And that's what when I first came on this live this morning, that was all I was trying to demonstrate. And you saw how people were exodus from my live stream, treating me like shit, leaving the live stream because I dared to say something positive about UTK, or something negative, or something positive about Rupert Lowe, or something negative. And I was trying to prove a point. And that was the tribalism going on. You're not racist if you have issues with the UTK march. You just got your own personal opinion. People are allowed to have an opinion without being called racist. Who else do you know that calls people racist when they don't do what you want them to do? I will leave that for you to figure out. I don't even know who that person is, but was it Base what? Base Boogie? Never heard of him. Which should tell you everything, shouldn't it? We're all racist if we don't go. But that's silly. Anybody coming out with that racist if you don't go. It's just another form of tribalism. The very thing I've been saying people shouldn't be doing with Rupert Lowe. If they're not, so you're now telling me now they're doing that with the UTK as well. So Danny Tomo's gone out and tried to shame a load of people, and now you're telling me somebody else is trying to shame people by calling them racist if they don't go. What about if what about if they're infirmed? What about if they're broke like me? And I've so does that mean that all the fucking contributions I've made over the last 8 years don't count then? Does that mean every demo that you guys have turned up to in good faith doesn't count? Just suddenly now you defaulted to racist because you won't go to someone else's event. That's not how you win hearts and minds. Again, so we've seen both sides of that mirror today. The reform side, where you got people on X saying, "Oh, you're a traitor if you don't vote reform," stupid. And the other side, someone talking about UTK and saying if you don't go, you're racist. Fucking insanity, delusional. What's the word? Tribalism. If you don't go, you don't go. That's it. If you don't go, you don't go. There's no if you don't go X or Y. If you don't go, you don't go. That's it. No need. These people don't need to make a political statement about it. I'm not going to be guilt tripped into doing anything. So if someone tries to guilt trip me into vote and restore, guess what's going to happen? Someone tries to guilt trip me into going to UTK, guess what's going to happen? I'll disown both. So it's crazy if people are saying stuff like that. I had no idea. What's wrong with these people? Tribalism. Tribalism is what's wrong with them. I'm not fussed about the opinion of a girl who's never left in the London. Oh, I don't know this person, so it's news to me. She knows nothing about our country. I'm not racist, but you won't catch me there. No, I'm fine. That's okay. People are allowed to not go. I mean, like I said, I watched Dino's video, and I truly believe people didn't watch his whole video through. Their reaction. I know I'm repeating some stuff, but we've got some new people in the chat. I truly believe that people didn't watch his video through because if they did, they would have saw. He said himself, if you want to go and have fun, meet people of a similar mind, blah blah blah. I mean, exactly what I said, and I'll tell you what, even the bloody organisers of it will say, "Oh yeah, we're going to get people who've got similar opinions meet in and greet." He said, "Fine, great, go for it." He's just got his own political opinions about other things, but he wasn't saying don't go. He wasn't slandering anybody, and he wasn't libeling anybody. He gave his opinion. It's called free speech. Now again, I'm going to say this one last time today. You either do believe in it, or you believe in it when it's convenient, which means you don't believe in it at all. It seems like I don't believe, and I could be wrong here, but I've not heard anybody who's actually got any power. And Danny Tomo has no power. I've not seen anybody who's got any power actually try and shame anybody. I could be wrong because I haven't seen everything, but I've not seen anyone who's got any power trying to shame anyone for not going. I think this is people going into business for themselves. As I said, that's a wrestling terminology, meaning leaving the narrative to do what they think is right rather than what's actually right or what they've been told to do or whatever else. Yeah. So I think these people have gone into business for themselves. I don't, as much as it'd be easy for me to say, I don't think certain people higher up would be very happy, but they're not going to tell you that in public. I'm guessing, but I would imagine not. You're not butting into nothing. There are a lot of people. They're more for it than they do. Yeah, and the thing is, even there, Vin, even there, when you say involved with UTK, and to be honest, their involvement is very tenuous at best. It's more like they've self-involved. Does that, do you know what I mean? They've self-involved, and because they do that, the public perception is, oh, they're part of the team. Are they? Are people sure about that? Because again, know that certain people fucking hate each other. So that's the bit that people don't, the nuance that people don't know about. But you're right. These some of the lower level people. It is actually. Do you know what? It's always the lower level people that are the problem. It's always the lower level people the problem because they think they are the masters of the movement, the shepherds of the movement, and if you say anything, because they are fanatics. So it's a lot of the lower level people that want to be higher up, that want to have more power, that want, and they think the way to do that is to try and bully people. And a lot of those people aren't even officially. Do you know what I mean? They may appear to be because they were in the past. A lot of those people were fired ages ago. So you just got to be careful. But yeah, Vin is right. It's a lot of the lower level people that actually cause the problems. Especially well spotted by Vin. It's well spotted by Vin. Tom, I hear you, but how many YouTubers there are? I miss nights. Obviously, it takes a bit to catch up or skin through transcripts. However, I do have a bit of life. No, I hear you. What are you responding to, Capricorn? Did I ask you to watch all my videos through, or I'm not sure what you're responding to? But I totally agree with you. Like this. This is why I said to you, me watching creators. Fuck me, if I was to watch YouTube creators and that. Look at the time I've been on today. If I was to watch all YouTube creators, fucking hell, I would never be able to make a video. You know, so I totally understand that, and I would rather people put their life before sitting on this fucking thing. To be honest with you, so you'll get no argument from me. The real life should always come first. This is a screen, you know. And I like that, and that's a fair opinion here. So someone says, I can't be bothered to spend £200 a wave a flag in London. And it is £200, yeah, minimum. I've got the same problem. I'm concentrating on helping restore up here. That's a perfectly valid decision to make. And he's not slandered anyone. He's not slagged anyone. That's just his opinion. And do you know what? It's valid. Same for me. I'm not going only because of my like I'd be totally ineffective at doing anything good for anybody. I'd just be making up the numbers, you know. So if I thought I could do some good, and money is like a serious issue for me at the moment. So I'd be spending that money on that and then not being able to go to anything else for the rest of the year, things that might mean more to me than that does, you know. And that would include a lot of things, to be quite frank. Ben, please don't, buddy. Please don't. Why do you keep saying, should we deport the Windrush generation? I've already said no once. How many times do you want me to say it? Tribalism will kill any movement. Exactly. Exactly. And people need to realize this quickly. And they need to realize they are being tribal. And they don't realize that they are. They think they're being good soldiers for the cause. You're not. You're wanking your own causes up. And the people that are above them, that have spent money and everything else trying to get things together, they just destroy it for them. That's what Danny Tomo, you know, he really didn't do a service to the people he claims to be friends with and he claims to care about. Capricorn. We are talking about a lot of tribalism and really tribalism and sort of division, but also how we could sort of make the most of things that even if we don't agree with certain things, or if someone's got a problem with, say, the UTK movement, or if someone's got a problem with Restore, the best ways of dealing with that You know, trying to win hearts and minds as opposed to ostracizing people or becoming tribal. You know, we need to not be that. Nothing wrong with being a UTK supporter. Got no, again, no problem with that comment either. Fair play, everybody. Yeah, yeah. I've got no problem with anybody going to UTK March. I've got no problem with whatsoever. Why would I? Why would I? They're British people. They're good people. They're our people. I've got no problem if they go. No problem, Spawn. You've done a great job, and thank you for being here. I know. I know. I saw the video, Ben, and that I made a video about his video. I went fucking crackers. Yeah, I went crackers, Ben, because it really, really upset me. It really upset me, that video that Tomo made. And I think personally he should come out and apologize for it. Not just for the insult, but for the very fact that I think he would have cost people going numbers. I think he would cost them numbers. And I think if he had any sense of a man about him, he would apologize for it. Be very specific about what he meant. So that some people that may have been put off by him, if they really want it to be, you know, to get every single last head there, might reconsider and go. But if he doesn't retract that, then there's people that just won't go on principle of the fact that he said that. He should have been much more careful with his words. But he chose not to be. He chose not to be. We've already lost our country. We've got to try and get it back. We've already lost our country, mate. That's what the thing that people aren't really understanding. We've already lost it. It's owned by everybody else but us. We've got to somehow get it back. Yes, Tom Oaten, is it Boogie or whatever, have used these division tactics? Yes. If people can go, they'll go. Exactly. Exactly. Why slag people off for their choices? Gareth Art. And again, don't anybody read into that and think that's a shot at Dino. I actually thought Dino just had his free speech. I thought he was fine. I didn't know what the fucking commotion was about. Yeah, well, he's certainly not his right hand man. You'd like to think that. He's just a friend. That's all he is. Don't let him con you into thinking that. He's 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 nobody's right hand man because he lets everybody down. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying there's not things he's good at, because there are. He can actually do some things really well, but he's a guy that's best off with instruction. And when he doesn't follow instruction, you get what you got the other day. 200 quid if you don't buy a drink there. You're not kidding. You're not kidding. I've stopped watching every single video people do. I'm sure they are the same with my content. You just need to get away from it. Once you have done your content for the day. Absolutely. That's so true. And then see, if I do watch YouTube, so I watch it at night, I don't put any fucking politics or movement stuff on. I'm watching like documentaries or you know, like history or even science fiction, just something to. So I may use YouTube in the evening, but not for this. You have to have a break from all this, you know. Thank you for listening. You are very calming. I wasn't earlier on. I was winding people up. They didn't like me very much because I was daring to say the wrong things and have free speech. Thank you for listening. Sorry, and by the way, that's not a dig at anybody here. It was just the way it was earlier on. Thank you for listening. You are very calming. That comment, it just lit my fuse. I understand. Like I say, when Tomo did what he did, that lit my fuse too. But I've calmed down since then, you know. I hear you. I hear you. Hello, mate. My people, much love. Get up. The England, raise your kids to be real men. God bless England. Bless you, mate. Send them back. Make England great again. We're trying. We're trying. Tom, have you got a Cash App link? I don't even know what that really means. But So I'll assume no. Sorry, that's funny, but I'll assume no because I don't know what that means. In terms of money, my channel could be monetized now. I still haven't pressed the on. Still haven't applied for the monetization because I'm still torn, to be honest. And again, I'm a capitalist. I said from day one that I set up this channel that I would turn the monetization on. I've never hidden that, but I'm torn for multiple reasons. And as I said, if I turn it on, to me that's a promise to you that I'll be here this time next year. Once I turn that on, especially if somebody gets a membership or something, what I just going to leave them if I decide not to bother next month? No, that's a promise I'm making. So I'm having a serious. That's what I mean. That's why I need a few days away before I even consider turning that, because the monetization for me has always been used for equipment and tickets. So if I'm going to turn that monetization on, I need to be absolutely certain I'm going to be here this time next year, so that equipment and tickets is bought. If I make any money at all, and if they allow me with my language, I may not even get monetized. Probably not. But if they allowed it, it's big if, and I did make any money, again, big if, it would help with those kinds of things. But so you have to make, but at that point, then you're making a promise. I'm going to be here. I'm going to get that equipment, and I'm going to get those tickets. I'm going to go to those places I promised I'd go to. So I want to make sure I'm prepared to see it through, which I think I am. But it's easy to say that. So I need a couple of days away, think properly before I'm prepared to touch that monetization. You've got my email. Oh, mate, no, you don't have. No, you don't have. No. I'm not asking for any money. No, mate. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm okay. I'm okay. We're all skin. We're all skin. We're all skin. It's fine. I'm good. Mikey, I would never expect you to. You know, that's the thing. I want to monetize advertising. If people want to help out the channel with memberships, it's cool because you can charge them a tiny price. What I don't want is people having to take big amounts of money out of their pocket for me. Yeah, I don't want that. I've got to wear that on my conscience every day. And it's lovely. It's really kind. But I kind of want to give, like, what Vin's done with the memberships, exactly what I would do with the memberships. That it's not really membership. It's more about saying, if you want to donate, if you want to help, then here's the lowest tier, and I'll do what I can for you. But I'm not going to put anything behind a paywall because that would be wrong. So it's just a way of helping support the channel. But just what I used to try and do is I used to try and they've changed it now, but I used to do it for a quid. And because I used to think if 1,000 people gave me a quid, I'd be all right, wouldn't I? So why do I need to charge more? And that was, but I think the lowest you can do now is it £2 Vin or something like that. So that's what I would do, just the lowest amount possible. And so you're hoping to get a tiny bit from everybody rather than asking any individual to fork out a load of money. And I won't be asking for money anyway, ever. But you get my point. It'll be turned on. Nothing wrong with that, Capricorn. I watch Bigfoot docs. Brilliant. No, you've got to do stuff like that though. Get away from all this. So yeah, once I'm done doing my videos, like Vin said, otherwise what you ever do is you'll sit here and watch the people commenting. You'll sit and watch how your video's doing. It becomes another kind of dopamine hit. It's not good for you. It's not good for you. Watch Jimmy Carr and AI Murray Laughter helps me forget all this. Yeah, damn right, damn right. Oh, it means a PayPal link. Yeah, I did have a PayPal me link, but honestly, Mikey, I don't want your money, buddy. I just want you to keep being you, and that's what I need from you, mate. That's what I need. There will be lots of newbies, but the newbies isn't a bad thing, Mikey. We need them. We need them because, yeah, because obviously that's more people that are aware. And yeah, and that's what Dave's just said to you there, Mike. I mean, you've been done this before, but yeah, obviously you can check people out. Just click on their name, and it usually reveals everything. So we're in just a couple of seconds. The wife files. Yeah. So we're agreed then. Discernment, critical thinking, free speech. We're not really agreed, I know. If people want to go to UTK, that's fine. If people don't want to go, that's fine. If people have got a problem, as long as they're not committing slander or libel, that's fine. And if people want to defend it and they're not shaming people or blaming people, that's also fine. That's all free speech. All of it. Every single part of it. Let's not tribalize and fucking buy into this shit from either side. Hearts and minds. I'm going to keep saying it. Hearts and minds. All right, guys? So, you wait. Oh, hang on. I'm going to slap you if I see you, mate. Are you? And who are you? So you've just threatened me with violence, have you? On air. On air. Okay. Anything else to say? Anything else to say, mate? We're going to slap me for them. Okay, so what are you going to slap me for? Yeah, for what? What are you going to slap me for, big tough guy? Hmm? I'll tell you what, mate. It's easy words. Let me tell you something. I've probably got about one more good fight left in me. And you fucking underestimate me, I'll tear your fucking arm straight out your socket and you'll never fucking use it again. So be fucking careful. You best come up behind me. You best come up behind me if you try it, mate. Don't come straight to me, because I'll fucking do things you wouldn't expect from a guy like me. And I won't be slapping. I won't be slapping. I'll be breaking things. I don't do slaps, mate. I'll break you. I will break you. I will break your will and your fucking body. Do you understand? Don't you threaten me. Yeah? Don't you threaten me. Because you'll find out there's another side to me that I don't fucking like to show. But if you want to see it, you try walking up on me and trying that shit. You see that slap, and you'll see your fucking hand rammed up your fucking ass for the rest of your life. Try it. See what happens. See what fucking happens. And I'm no tough guy. But neither are you for talking like that. Because people who do it, do it. They don't make threats, they just fucking do it. And that's why I know you're no tough guy. You don't announce your intentions ahead of time. You're a bullshitter. Fuck off. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. My apologies. I mean, I knew it's just taken me a long time to pluck up the courage to comment on a live. That, do you know what? That's very true. There's so many people who, and because of me shouting like that, and because of guys like that, who find it even harder to pluck up the courage to speak. Or if they see us arguing in chat, it's hard. Most people don't speak. You only got about 5 to 10% of people who speak on a YouTube channel. I've had people who used to watch me for 8 years, and they would say, "I've watched you for best part of," and they'd be able to name things. So I knew they actually would tell the truth. And they'd never spoke on the channel for all that time. And it took something really massive to make them speak on the channel. You know, so it's a real thing. It's a real thing. Do you notice that guy couldn't give a reason, by the way? Did you notice that, everybody? Couldn't give a reason. Didn't want to out himself for what he actually stands up for. Did he? Coward. Only thing you're catching is AIDS, mate. Got rid of him, Tom. Fuck people like that. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Vin. Thank you, mate. Thank you, mate. Fuck that guy. Should have left him in. We could have had some fun. Yeah, let you guys tear him to fucking pieces. Yeah. Do you know what? I should have just shut my mouth, shouldn't I? And let you guys tear him to fucking pieces. That's the easiest way. You're right. You're right. Yeah, true, true. I don't like showing that side of myself. I'm sorry. That's not cool. I don't like people seeing that because that wasn't me. What's the word? That wasn't me pretending. I meant every fucking word of it. So I don't like people seeing that because I don't let that. To me, that's a failure. So I try and keep my emotions under control. Vin knows this. I try and keep my emotions under control. Never let that side out because it's a dangerous side, and I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be like that anymore. You know. Um, but yeah, I actually felt under some sort of a little bit of physical threat there. I was just like, put me in the corner, motherfucker. But yeah, next time I'll let you guys deal with him. Say like Capricorn, you've been brilliant. And again, I don't normally apologize these days because I realize it annoys people, but because of that outburst from me, I do apologize. Ah, Vin. Yeah, that would make sense. That would make sense. I'm an old Irish granny, but I could take him down. Probably better you took him on Tom. I would have felt bad after doing him. Me too. Me too. I don't like fights. It's stupid, but you're going to put me in a position where I have to defend myself. Then I'm not going to come in. I'm not going for second. I'm not going for second place or a silver medal. You know. No, locking up emotions isn't good. And I was talking. Was it you, Vin? I talked about this the other night. Locking up those emotions makes me ill. I lock up all the violent emotions, all the anger, everything, because I've been always been told anger's wrong, anger's wrong, anger's wrong, and it makes me kind of dangerous in some ways because when it comes out, it can come out all at once. So it is important to get those emotions out. People tell you that negative emotions are wrong and anger's wrong. That's the wrong thing to tell people because all it does is they try and stop the unstoppable, and it's like shaking up a bottle. What's going to happen? You know? So nice does not mean weak. Exactly. And that's what people do. They misinterpret kindness for weakness. Cheers, Vin. All right, guys. Vin, you've been wonderful as always, mate. Vin's a great bloke. If any of you aren't aware of who Vin is, which fucking hell, where have you been? But if you're not, check out Vindicator Strikes Back here. He's got an amazing channel. He's an amazing guy. Um, and not only has his channel done amazingly so far, but he's got an amazing future to come as well. So please go and go to Vindicator. Remember, Saxon Ford's channel got attacked, so he's now under Alfie Anglo Sax. Go and give him a sub. And I've got a thing on my community page of smaller channels that do good work and could do with a bit of love. So if you fancy giving them a bit of love, like I've always said, you can subscribe. If they don't keep your interest, you can always unsubscribe, but give them a chance, you know? Yeah, that's it. If you can use any negative emotion to do something positive afterwards, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. But I'll tell everybody out there now that might wanna go down that guy's route. You best walk up behind me. That's all I'll say. You best walk up behind me because it's the only chance you got. Right. Yeah, nothing wrong with a bit of banter. Absolutely, absolutely right. And people need to remember that banter's good. Banter's good. Have a good day, Tom. You have a good day as well, Chirac. And I appreciate you being along, buddy. I know you enjoy all the fucking drama, don't you, mate? You do. I know you love it. But listen, thanks everybody. And I realise it's been a fucking tumultuous live this morning. I was just coming on to tell you I needed a break. Fucking hell. But as Capricorn rightly pointed out, some very new people around as well. So what I will say to you is, and to the lady as well, what's her name? Is it bleeding Bitsy? Is it? Sorry, I've lost my glasses. You've been making some amazing comments as well recently. So you said that you were finding the courage to do it. Well, I'll tell you what, I've loved your comments. They're very thoughtful. They're very, you can see you've gone away and thought about things, and I find that fantastic. Like really, really cool. So power to you, girl. Power to you. And I just want to say thanks to everybody. Thank you to my mods. Thank you to you guys for turning up and watching. Whether you agree with me, disagree with me, that's not the point. That doesn't matter. We can work things out. We can work it out. Sorry, we can work things out. But please give me an upvote or a downvote. But and again, I say this to you again. In the past, you used to think all that stuff was bullshit, but it actually does get you recommended. So it's actually worth doing. If you don't mind, I would really appreciate it. If you think anything that we do is worth watching. Thanks, guys. I am Tom Fury. This is Zero News. I'm calling it a day for now. Thanks, everybody. Really appreciate it.